Welcome back to Digger Detecting there, guys. It's a Wednesday morning. We're out in the bush. It's a cracker morning. It was really foggy and cold, but it's just cleared up and the sun's starting to come out. And what we've just done here is walk down to a site. We've got the Minelab Manticore, of course, in front of us, and we've also got the Gpx6000 sitting off to the side. What we've got two machines for in the bush today, though, is because we're going to clean up this little area. This area I've ID'd over the last 12 months as being maybe a little occupied site where the miners were, and it is super trashy. I would like to find gold here, but you can't. Well, it's really hard to between the trash. So we can't work this area with a 6000 per se, but we can work it with the Minelab Manticore, a coin relic treasure hunting machine. And this machine will be able to ID and pick up and discriminate and separate out all those targets and help us work out what we want to dig and what we don't want to dig. And look, we're going to try and clear up a lot of the scatter, so we're probably going to dig a lot of everything, but we are going to be able to try and ID it what it is with this machine better than what we ever could with the 6000, being that we get the target ID readout and the conductivity 2D mapping screen down the bottom. This is the perfect machine to use. So the Minelab Manticore, we're going to first switch on. We're going to run around this little area and see if we can pick up, look, coin, tin, nails, anything like that, a bit of bottles or what have you laying on the surface, broken glass, broken scatter, and then we're going to go back over it with the 6000 and try and find some gold. Let's go. All right, let's show you this one. This is our first good target. I had to dig down a little bit for him. Ooh, sounds nice. 79.80. He's landing right on that. Ew, what's that brown? What's that brown water on my screen? He's landing right on that conductivity line there too. Sort of making a bit of a smear. But let's see what we got. Straight onto him. Nice. Oh, so it's a big hunk of plate or something. He's got a thing on him. He's I don't actually know what to say. He's copper. He's copper lined. That's where we're getting that nice sound from. I don't know what it quite is. Bit of stuff. Let's give you a real good look. So he's like a bit of metal packed into a copper plate. I'm not actually quite sure. It's not resembling anything I know. An interesting piece though. And this is the sort of stuff I was saying that we're cleaning up today, because we don't need all this rubbish in here on top of the gold. And if we remove it, imagine what we can find looking for the gold. Let's get on to the next. Oh, go in there, pinpointer. I think it's the ground that's actually causing a lot of interference with the Manticore here today. Just some mineralisation. Like, I haven't really ground balanced it out either, so it's not the machine's fault, it's mine. But just noticing my targets are really sketchy on the surface. You can see we've flicked back a bit of the leaf litter on this second target here, but really sketchy on the surface. So as soon as you take that bit of top layer off, they christen up really nice. So our target, it's a 71, 72 on this one. And here's another bit of scrap. It's alright, that's what we're here to do, clean it up. And gold sovereign, come at me if possible. We'll just see how we go. What is that? Another bit of scrap though. Ringing up nice once again. So look, I am looking out for the gold sovereign numbers on the Manticore here. And that's not the aim of the game though. The aim of the game is to clean this area up. But who knows? You just never know. I mean, not expecting any coin to come out, because the miners didn't have much at all. They had to make bank and make a living, let alone make enough to have money in their pocket to drop. So we'll just see how we go. But look, few good little signals so far. One in the hole behind us, one there. We actually see a brick laying on the ground there, old brick. So look, interesting little area, and we're only just beginning so far. All right, we've got our next piece. He's a pretty cool find. Not a coin, unfortunately. Look, I don't think we'll get one. That's not what we're here for. We're just here to clean up this site, and this is one of those items, as I said, you get tricked with a 6000. You really don't know if it's gold, if it's a big 10-ounce nugget sitting in there, or it's going to be something like this. And you get a bit of tin and it breaks up into 28 different pieces. It's a lot easier to ID and pick up with something like the Manticore coin relic machine than it is with the 6000. So that's a cool piece. I was just thinking, was he driven into the wood, or more so probably to the dirt, I'd say, because it'd be pretty hard to drive something that thickness into the wood, but probably into the dirt. And with the eyelet up there, he was probably fixing a tarp or something down, tying him down through the eyelet. Pretty cool piece. Let's keep going. Oh, this one's tiny. Tiny target. 30, 33. Go too forward, too far forward, and we've got a big chunk of rust there. You see him with the red line underneath and landing up in that higher zone. Not on that conductivity line. Come back here a bit. I reckon he's something attached to a bit of rust. Oh, the birds are flying everywhere through the trees and making me think the trees are coming down. I was out the bush yesterday in a completely different area than this, and it was a beautiful still day, just like this, like no wind, no nothing. The trees were perfectly still, just like this. But off in the background, you'd hear this bang, crash, and down would come a tree branch. Pretty scary. Pretty hairy. Where is he? Oh, he might be something on the surface. That's the rust, I reckon. Let's pull that back. Yeah, he's still there. So there's a big chunk of rust in here, I reckon. That's stone. There's our rust. Alright, let's get that out. It's probably a bit of tin. Oh. No. That's really cool, actually. Very similar to what we just found. Very cool. It's look, to some people it's just rust, it's just junk. But to me, that's old, and that's hand forged, handmade, and that's cool. I mean, even to the point of that hole. I mean, there was no drills back then. You didn't just go grab your drill off your shelf and put a 12mm drill bit in it and drill that hole out there. You would have had to punch that out while it was hot, maybe, or after it was hot. I don't really quite know. But you can see how crude it is. Like, it's not a perfectly round shape. It's pretty good, but it's not a drilled hole, that's for certain. Hand forged, heated up and bashed into place. Super cool. Let's see if we've still got that target there, the 3132. Oh, he's gone. So he's mixing in with that other target that we just pulled out. But we do still have something else there. 44. So we'll get him out next and see what he is. There is no way. There couldn't be. This is a 36. Oh, well, if we can find it. Where'd it go? 36. 36, 38. Can be a gold sovereign. Oh, I don't think so. It's not going to happen. Why is he coming back this way on us? Okay, he's deep. A couple of inches. But yeah, 36, 38, around the 40. Stop. Can be sovereign. And 50 is a full gold sovereign on the Equinox 900, 700, and Manticore for that extended target ID range. So 50 and look, 36, 38, 50. They're the sort of numbers I really look out for when I'm digging these older sites, because this is a stash of gold sovereigns. We're going to need 2 hands to get him out, and what I'll do is I'll put you on the tripod, because I've got the tripod with me today, the 3-legged man, and we'll dig him out together, because that's deep. I think it's going to be a big target though. It's got to be a cluster of sovereigns, hopefully, because it seems like a bigger target than just one gold coin. Let's dig him out though, and together we'll give you a look. Alright, 31, 32. I think we're even grabbing the phone there. It's alright. Close up dig. just hit it. Oh, I didn't really. I don't know what it's going to be. Oh, is that it there? Is that a 32? I mean 36. Bit of copper plate. Oh, let's grab it. Alright, I think we just got our target. There's nothing special. Copper plate. Let's put him over here. Let's see if we actually got him out. Or is that a little copper purse full of gold sovereigns? So it's a 17 now. Alright, the only thing to go now, I'll do now, is go in with the pinpointer. See what other signals we're getting. Plenty. Alright, let's have a bit of a look. Because we're right on him. I'm going to see a horde of gold sovereigns pop out of here in a minute. Look, there they all are. 1. 2. What actually are we digging up right now? It's just all copper plating. Oh, yep. That's the rest of it. So this is what I was talking about. Just a lot of signals in this area. There's some more of it. I have no idea what that was meant to be. Alright, let's see if we get any more. And just make sure that there is no coins in this hole, because who knows, maybe that was a coin holder. Maybe it was a cigarette pouch, an old one. Sort of got that square shape about, doesn't it? Cigarette pouch shape-ish. Look. Not the target we want, but also a good target to clean up and get out of here, because it could be gold. Like we're sitting on the side of a motherkeep right now. There could be gold sitting right here with us. Gold sovereigns. We're going to get the rest of this out and we'll get you on to the next. Alright, we've got a good target here, a 40 under my feet. Just looking here though, once again, bit of scatter. Bit of bottle scatter, glass scatter. Ooh, baby blue. Nice. And you can see someone's also had a bit of a dig over here. Someone's had a bit of a tack at it. Maybe a gold prospector, and they found a target in this trashy sort of area. And they've dug it out, and you can see what they were digging. Bits of, well, there's like a gal. Oh, look, they've even got an old torpedo bottle neck out. That's a torpedo bottle. You can tell by the top blob top, the screw on, the wipe on. You can see he's been sort of applied and wiped on there with that really crude design. I'll just run my finger around there and clean it a bit. That's a blob top, and that's a torpedo bottle. So you can see what they've dug out, bits of tin, and as I said, very trashy area. That's a bone, very trashy area. That's another bone. So probably got a bit of occupation of what they're eating there. If it's not a kangaroo, maybe they were eating kangaroos. They were eating kangaroos. They would have loved them, I'm sure. So let's dig this target out. We're in a really trashy area now. And listen to that. Could just be a bit of rubbish like over here. But let's give him a look. Because he could also be a button or something really cool, little buckle. He's right there. And there's stuff everywhere. Turn that pinpointer down a bit. Alright, pull him back a bit there. Found, there's been musket balls and everything coming out of this side here. Like when you're detecting gold, you don't quite know, obviously. Oh, that's what it is. Here we are looking for our target. Our target's massive. There we go. So it's another one of those tin plates that we're just seeing off to the side that someone else has dug up. And once again, as I said, it just breaks up. Like these things, you know, it's one item, but then it breaks up into 28 different pieces. And it makes your job a whole lot harder. So we're going to take this out of here. And we will fill our holes in as we go. I'm going to go over there and fill that next one in. Let's keep going. The next target's just popped out, and you can see I've scraped out this bit of slate as I've pulled out the next target. I'll give you a look what it is in a second. If you can't see it hiding down the hole there already, off camera, or on the side of the camera, you can see I scraped across this one though. I pulled him out and sort of took a second look at him and thought look, it's natural obviously, but I think it's been sort of split like that, if that makes sense. So it's not a tile, it's a natural stone, it's a slate stone. But But I honestly think a miner has been quite creative and taken a big piece of slate and split it into tiles like this and used those tiles. And hiding underneath it, we got a spoon. Awesome. Love when you find something like cutlery wise or something personal, because you think someone sat and used this spoon every single night or every single day, you know, when they're out here living, working, the gold miners, what have you. So this has got a really personal connection for me. Like when you find these items like a coin or a ring or something like that, it's just really cool. I mean, a bottle hunting is fun, but it's probably not as personal. People drink them, throw them away. Whereas something like this, you know, someone would have made sure every time he packed up his swag or his tent and moved to the next gold rush, he would have took his spoon with him, because he needed to eat that day or that night with his soup or what have you, or you know, boil his tea, stir his tea. That's a really cool find. The old spoon oppie, and the tile, which I think has been shaped that way for a purpose. Let's keep going. That was awesome. Let's see if we can find some more. Well, the day is getting on, so we're going to dig a few more targets I've just decided with the Manticore here, and then we're going to stop for some lunch, and then we're going to get on to the 6000 because the time is limited today. We can come back and give this another round, a part 2 if you like. We've got our next signal here though, and once again, sketchy from the top, moving a bit of that debris, and it's probably just a lot of rust and other items that you're kicking out of the way. With that good target still embedded in the ground, probably helping clear up that ground and clear up that signal a bit for the Manticore. This one was very sketchy though at the start, and I'm seeing in front of me, which I haven't gotten had a look at yet, all in good time. I'm seeing in front of me a glass bottle. I can see it's partially broken, but I just want to check out what it is too. And I said before, a lot of the, well, we've got glass, a lot of the bottle pits that I've found around here, that they've all been dug out. I mean, you can see the bottles all ripped out up on the top, and that's generally a lot of the work that the bottle clubs did back in the 80s, what have you. Okay, there it is there. Thought it was, and I just kept pushing around. Here's a little brass fitting, little brass rivet binding 2 bits of leather there together, I'd say. Very cool piece. That's our target. Oh look, we've got an old plate. This has been burnt off too. It's very, there's no weight to it. God, it's so light and thin. It feels like a bit of bone. But yeah, this has all been burnt off. Very interesting. Very cool. I was at a site yesterday. I wish I had filmed. I didn't. Rivet in there. Let's have a look at this bottle. I was at a site yesterday though, and managed to find a bottle pit. A couple of bottle pits actually. We dug out a few bottles. We got a little Angus ink, Angus & Co ink bottle. That's super cool. Yeah, look at this, all melted. Yeah, she's had some heat round here. Oh, that's an old Bollington cod bottle from Melbourne. Oh, I have no idea. Looks like a Smurf. Smurf with a Smurf hat. So yeah, a lot of heat in this area. Not a fire, I wouldn't say. I'd say probably been burnt off by the miners, burning off a lot of their rubbish, maybe, what have you. Because look, it's all burnt, plates, everything. It's got that dark stain to it. You see that in the bottle pits where all the glass has been burnt, and well, then you start pulling out melted pieces like that. It's pretty obvious it's been burnt. And a concentrated burn too. If it was a fire, like, it's obviously been put in a pit and burnt. It wouldn't be like that if it was just a fire going through the bush. Not unless it stayed around for a long time with a lot of heat. Look at some old bottles coming out of here too. Fascinating. Whoops, we just broke him, but it was already broken. Interesting. So this is a really, really great little area to hunt with the Manticore. And as I said, we're going to do a little bit more, dig a few more targets, but we're not going to continue on forever today, because I would like to find some gold as well. I didn't carry the 6000 out here for no reason, man. But we'll touch on both. We'll just do both and just see how we go. So let's grab the Manticore. Let's just have a bit more hum around here. You can see too, like walking around, like people have been here digging targets everywhere, like suspecting that they're going to find gold. But I dare say just a lot of rubbish, like what we've been finding. Let's grab the Manticore and let's keep going. Well, what you didn't just see then is we got busy. We opened up that little bit of a pit there just before we filled him in. We opened him up further and we just dug it out a little bit, and out popped in the swing of a pick, out popped a couple of these horseshoes. First one come out and I thought, oh, that's lucky. Second one come out and I thought, uh-oh, does that cancel out the first one, or is that double lucky? I don't know. But look, that's about it for us on the Manticore for today, for now. We will get back here and give it another go. You did see a lot of the rubbish that we pulled out, and a lot of it is just that. It's just rubbish. A couple of hooks there. Best thing we got was the old STUMPY, which I just love. I think that's really cool. So it's going to be time for lunch now, and what we're going to do is we're going to flick on the Gpx6000. We're going to turn off that Manticore and pack it away, and then start finding the gold. Wow. First, we're going to have some lunch though. As I said, super healthy today. Banana bread and Prima to start us off. Righto guys, well, we're now finding ourselves on the Gpx6000. We've had a bite to eat. Banana bread was nice. Banana-y. I've still got a banana to eat. A great combo today. This target here, I think you can hear him through my headphones. Sounds good though. And we've just cleared back from this mound in front of us. Like obviously it's a tailing pile, a miner's heap. We've got all the workings off to the side. So they've thrown all their dirt up here, the overburden, and all their pay wash, and processed it. So and what was on the bottom is now on the top. So what we're digging into right now is technically sort of halfway down the stack. So into the bottom there, but look at the quartz wash, look at the material that's still coming out. So this whole stack, like there could have been a pretty thick pay layer here, and the miners just processed this whole lot. Generally, a lot of the time though, they threw out what was the overburden, threw it out, and then the pay wash come out last. And the pay wash is the main layer that you want to attack. But look, with all the gravels and what have you here that you can see exposed, it led me over here straight away. And a few of the old prospectors, or Detectorist holes, one in front of me there filled with leaves, and one around the corner, massive target, massive chunk of rust or something still in there. Alright, so he's not out. Don't know how well you can hear that, but I'll just keep the headphones on so the sound's not annoying, because it can be quite annoying. Yeah, definitely in there still. Just give that another scrape away. And he sort of seems to be sort of up in that front section there. Alright, is that going to be our first bit of gold? Let's put you on the tripod, let's find out. Alright, I'll take you off for a second. Sounds very sharp. A bit sharp and direct. Can be sometimes rubbish. It sounds like we've got another signal up here. Yeah, listen to that. I'm still not convinced. Gold or lead, I don't. Could just be a tiny bit of gold. Sometimes rust can give that sound. See how he's sort of there, but not? I reckon this could be rust. The more and more I get down to it, yeah, there we go. So, just like I was saying, I'll grab that camera and we'll take a look together. So just like I was saying, the rust there can give those really funny signals. They sound good, and then they roll over in the dirt or what have you in the scoop, and they sound, well, funny. So we've got another target beside this one, but I dare say we're probably going to get another bit of rust out, just like this one. But don't walk away from those signals either. Don't think, oh, that's what we're going to get, so I'll walk away. You always dig them. So up the top, screaming, lose him in the middle, then screams down the bottom. Ready? Bottom. It's probably the camera interfering a bit too. So we'll scream the top, miss in the middle, scream down the bottom. Ready? Nothing. Down the bottom. Good way to indicate that it's rust. So let's grab that next target out to the right hand side. Let's just have one more listen. Is he still there? There's something there. It's soft, but there's definitely something there. We'll take that top back a bit. Could have just been another bit of rust, but as I said, don't walk away. Dig it all out. Sounds a bit softer now, this one. We're just sharpening him up that little bit, but he sounds softer than that last bit of rust that we've got. So who knows? We could be on the money. Let's have a look. Well, that last one was not gold, and that makes the gold bottle unhappy, as you can see. Urgh, he's angry. But guess what? We just got our first bit of gold, and that makes the gold bottle happy. I was bored, leave me alone. But we've got our first bit of gold on that one, and something I was going to show you. I was sitting having a coffee one day doing that, and I had the permanent marker out, and the brain took over. Something I was going to show you though is this bit of gold and what it sounds like. Like, we all know what they sound like, but for anybody that's not aware, watching, I want to give you a listen. We had the rust there before, and it was sort of sounding off top of the coil, bottom of the coil, but we got nothing in between. This one here, as you listen, is just that long, drawn out, stretchy tone, and the rust there before was very short, sharp and direct. Lead and gold is different. I'm trying to keep the phone away from the coil here. Lead and gold is different. You have that nice, longer, drawn out tone. So look out, he goes in the happy bottle. Happy, that's the way. And we're going to move on to the second bit of gold, or third bit of gold if we can get it. I'm going to try and get as many as I can out now for this afternoon. And hopefully Andrew's on the gold as well. Let's keep going. Happy bottle. Even though we were cleaning up that trashy site there this morning, looking for the relics, we didn't find one of these. We've got a little boot eyelet where your shoelace would have went through on your shoe. Pretty cool. Nearly the same, sort of, not really. Mine's octagonal. That's round. So it's pretty cool. We're away from that little area that we hunted with the Manticore. The Manticore's on my back at the moment still. So we're away from that little area, but nothing to say there's not little relics all throughout this area. Remember, the miners are walking around everywhere all day long, working this ground. So there could be coins and buttons and everything as you go. You just gotta dig it all. Oh, this one's too exciting not to show. Throw the headphones up there. Stand back a bit, catch my breath. Whew. Basically what's happened is we've come down this hill here. There's our harness in the way. Come down this hill here, and we've got a lot of rust, a lot of funny, sketchy signals. Just digging them out. Got a couple of steel shot, lead shot, a few bits of rust in the pouch, more rust, more relics, and then coming down here, I should have gave you a listen from the top, from the start. You can see how much we've taken down. Coming down here though, I heard this sort of barrel, and it was soft. It was very soft. Once again, I hope you like my sound effects. But now we've went down, what, 6-8 inches? You can hear it now. And the reason why I'm going to show this, let's turn that noisy thing off, is because every big nugget I've found, the 10, the 5, even the one last year, the big multi-ouncer, they all sound like that to begin with. But then again, so does rust deep down, like a big chunk of rust nail or something, or a bit of a funny sounding signal. It will sound like that as well, that real barrel dipping down and back up, low high signal. So look, it's in the right spot. We're in the right material. We've got busted up bits of quartz and clay, and like, this is, you know, if you're ever going to find gold, this is the exact material that you want to find it in, or going to find it in. So, and as you can see, we're sort of right in the thick of the workings. So is this going to be a multi-grammer that the miners lost or thrown out accidentally? Couldn't see it. There's a big multi-grammer covered in dirt, and he didn't wash it properly. Let's get him out. Let's do this on camera, because it's going to be fun. And regardless of what it is, you know, if it's a big gold nugget, well, that'd be great, because Pubba's got to eat, and we need new tyres for the back Commodore. That's about $400. So if it is a big gold nugget, look, that's going to be great. But if it's not, well, who really cares either way? Let's just have fun getting him out. Oh, let's go. Hopefully that's not too close. Oh dear, still sick. Dominic. Dominic made me sick. Alright. It's going to take a little bit of digging. Look at that wash. Such good material. Awesome. Papa's eating tonight. Maybe. That's a big spider. Is that a spider? Yes, it is. Something goes straight down my boot. Get out of there, spider. Oh, come on. Big nose. I've been out to the goldfields for, what, 2 weeks now. This would really make up for it, wouldn't it? Big 10 grammer. Ho ho! Let's get him out. Once again, he still seems sitting on that. He's sitting on this sort of base here. Let's have another look. Oh, we're onto him. Alright, we hit him straight away. Let's do this together. This is exciting. Stand on a little clip there. Don't let you be rust. Oh no! How did you get all the way down there? Oh, I thought you were going to be a big gold nugget. We always do. That's never what we get though, is it? Little bits of other rust in the hole. There we go. The pinpointer just couldn't hit on him there before. We really thought we were going to be onto a 10 grammer. That was supposed to pay for our back tyres. $400, as I said. 2 new back wheels coming right up on the Commodore. I think I'm going to book it in this week actually, because they need doing. So not to worry. The rusty nail won't pay for it, but we better find some more gold that will. Let's show you the depth of that hole before we move on. I'll grab my pinpointer out of there. Let's have a look at that. I've got a measurement on the side of the pick. Dig it detecting. Measurement up to 15 inches. Let's have a look, Ski. Yeah, we went all of the 15 and more. Look, yeah, probably over 15 on this side. It's sort of hard because it's sort of gullied out, so probably shallower over this side. But it sloped up to this bank, and we would have went at least 18 inches down for that target. 18 inches, and sensitivity on the 6000. If that was a big gold nugget, well, sensitivity on the 6000. We're only on 1 bar of manual mode sensitivity. So don't think, as I said there the other week's video, don't think you have to have your sensitivity cranked all the way up, because a noisy machine is not a machine that finds gold. A quiet machine is what finds those targets and hits deep, and you can hear the targets and you go after them. Unfortunately, 18 inches down, now we're going to fill it all back in. Let's go. Out of breath I am, but once again, make sure you fill your holes in. Most important. Let's keep going. Oh, it's smogo break at the moment. Just sitting here taking it all in. And I'm watching the clouds. I haven't really looked at them too much today, paid too much attention. But we just had a few light drops of rain, nothing too bad. And I'm looking there in front, there's quite a batch of dark rain clouds coming towards. And it reminded me of a story I was going to share quickly. It just sort of was funny. And it's always stuck with me since I got told it. There's an old bricklayer that I used to work with, Gavin. And Gavin was telling me there one day that he did a job in Melbourne. And he had a young apprentice with him. He come straight out of the city, never grown up in the country. And look, that, you know, you are a product of your environment. You know, there's a lot of things in the city that I would not know about, but I do know about things out in the country because that's where I've grown up, out in the country, out in the farm. But look, if you grew up in the city, you know, there's many things that you'd learn that you'd know that I wouldn't. Fair call. But this young kid that he had with him, very green, and he was being a brickies labourer's apprentice for the day. And Gavin looked up at the sky and he said, "You better pack those tools up, young fella. It's going to rain in about 5 minutes." And the kid goes, "What? Did you just check the weather app? How do you know it's going to rain?" And Gavin sort of played him for a while, you know, being the older, the older generation. He sort of played him for a little while. He's lucky he didn't get asked to go next door for a long wait or a left-handed screwdriver. But he played him for a little while, this kid, and he said, no, look, I looked up at the sky, mate, and told the weather off the sky, and the kid could not believe him. He all day for the rest of the day he was looking at the sky and saying, you know, can you teach me how to read the weather by the clouds or by the sky? Just fascinating. Like, you're a product of your environment. As I said, you grow up in the country and in the bush or whatever, you would take note of these things like I have all my life. You know, you take note of the rain clouds and the way the weather's going, and look, even the colour of the clouds, you know, you're about to get a batch of rain or not. But some people out there, and look, growing up in the city would be hard because you're surrounded by buildings, but some people out there, they just don't take note of those small things. Like, there's one other thing I was just looking at over here. Like to take note of everything. Holes not filled in. Always say that, I know, but it's just such a common theme out here. But just looking here, we've got some water down in the gully too, which is cool. You see those flutes over there on the wall? Like, you'd think, oh, you know, wombat holes, or some people probably would, but they're not wombat holes. There's no entry exit for a wombat to get up in there. They are basically flutes or holes where the water's exiting. So what happens is the water comes barreling down this hill and it collects on this mountainside when it rains. And you imagine, you know, a few drops here and there, but all over this mountain there would be a lot of water collecting, and it's got to find its way down. Gravity takes its place, it finds its way down, and instead of cutting out over the bank and rolling off over the side, what's actually happening is the water's piling up in the miners' holes and building up in the miners' holes. And underground, what you're not seeing through the dirt is it's filtering through the dirt and then making these flutes, these channels, and flowing its way out. Pretty cool. And you can really see that. Where's a good example? Let's see if we can find a good example. So there's nothing around here we're going to see to show. You often see holes like this. That's not really one, but holes like that opened up, and they'll be really deep too. Like, some can, you know, you could throw a small child down there, like Dominic, but they'll be opened up, and that's where the water's going. It's basically funneling its way down through there. Like, all this water, everything coming off here would collect in this low point here. Actually, I think there's one right there. Sort of. Collects in the low point though, and it just filters its way out through the side of the embankment on the hill there, the wombat holes. Let's see if we can find a better example. I'm not really seeing it just yet. A bit of one taking place there, and that'll gut itself out and then go underground and once again shoot out from that bank out there. I think there's one here. It's funny, right when I want to show you, I can't find one. So you can sort of see once again the water action in there eating away that bank. And we're walking further and further away from the 6000. This bank here too that I'm standing on won't be far off going either. So as this erosion's taking place, these banks are just falling their way down into the creek. So a lot of what you're seeing here is mining activity, of course, but it's also erosion. It's a big part of erosion. And when I first come here, I wasn't really understanding that. I wasn't really taking that into consideration. The erosion factor with the mining factor on top as well, you know. I was just sort of thinking, well, it's all mining activity. Bit of erosion, but not much. But it's definitely not. It's erosion mixed in with the mining activity on top for the last 150 years. Here's a great example. That porthole going down, it's not a very big one, but that's what I was talking about. The water's flushing down off this hill, and you can see how the water's coming down with all those leaves and everything, and it's working its way down into that low point. And if we look over here, look at this one about to go. If we look over here, there'll be an exit somewhere down this hill where it flutes out and barrels out, makes its way into the creek, and you see them all over. Like, there's one just there, there's more through the hills, which I'm not seeing right now, but they're all over. So just the little things you take notice of. As I said, once again, you're a product of your environment. Where you spend your time and what you learn is what you know. But just funny stories, you know, like, stick with you. As I said, Gavin had the young apprentice and he had no clue. How do you tell the weather? By looking at the sky, the clouds. you've got to be observant. You've got to try and pick up everything and try and observe everything. I think I might get it a bit from my father too, Dad. He should have been a policeman. He should have been a detective. He does not miss a thing. Growing up as kids, you could get whatever you wanted past Mum. Mum wasn't too aware of what was going on. Well, she tried to be, but we outsmarted her as much as we could. But Dad, by geez, you couldn't outsmart Dad. You still can't. If you do something, say something, he'll pull you up on it later. It's like he's got a notepad in his brain. He probably does take notes. So yeah, interesting. I waffle on a lot, I know, but just different things you notice and just the interesting things as you go. The wombat holes, the flutes, where the water comes out. Let's keep going. Righto, don't get all excited, everybody. We got the Manticore back out. Look out, we found another really trashy area. Just been pulling a few cool little items. Nothing too special to show. But just coming in here, I've just found a lot of rust, which rust excites me. Any sort of rubbishy signals in an area excites me because it means activity, means occupation. We've got glass in front of us right there, and just looking at these things here, I reckon that's an old pick, maybe. I don't quite know. Oh. He looks a bit odd shaped, but well, if there was a handle coming out down here, looks like part of an old Sith. Sickle? Sickle? Sith. I can't remember what they're called. Sickle. I don't know quite what that is though. Like if that was a pick, that's a pretty crude looking angry pick. And yeah, look, I don't know. He could have been also rotating, pivoting there, swinging off like a gate or a door maybe, I don't know. Don't quite know. Maybe some of the mining activity taking place here. This here, once again, all handmade, all hand forged stuff this. But this here, I don't quite know once again what it is, but I'd like to think it's where you hang your billy up near the fire. You'd have this hanging over the fire or what have you, somewhere, somehow, and you'd loop your billy tin through there. That's my story anyway. That's what I'm sticking to. And another bracket plate. He once again might have been in a door. Look at the old hand forged nails though. Just so cool. Getting so excited. I'm mincing my words. Really cool stuff though. Old relics from a time long gone. Let's have a look what else we can find. Rust. Let's get under these trees a bit. Anything else in there? More rust. That's pretty much majority of everything we're finding out here. It's just rusty rubbish, but you just never know too. It's still cool to have a look around. And this little area I didn't actually know about, so there you go. And what I found before is this sort of little lead stamp. It's definitely lead. It folds like lead. It's soft like lead. It looks like lead. It is lead. But I sort of pulled him out 26 on the Manticore, and I thought, oh, what do we got here? I thought it might have been a little button. I'm not seeing the holes in the center though. And if it was a button, a lead button, like they used to have a lead dress hem weights, and you'd have the two little holes in the middle, and the ladies would sew them into the bottom of their dresses, keep their dresses down. But if this is a miner's button, it's not. But if this did have two holes in through the middle, and it was a miner's button, well, watch this. As soon as you did your pants up and bent down, your button's now got a frown. So look, I don't quite know what that was. Cool little pickup, but he's not a coin. So interesting. I'm going to get back and do a little bit more with this, and then get back on the 6000 because we're really lacking on the gold today. I'm more just out here for the fun, for the kicks, but I'm loving it. Let's keep going. We're just going to finish off in here a little bit. There's a few more signals. I've got a 48 there behind me. 44, 48. He needs to be dug out. It could be a sovereign. And here we are skipping past him. Just want to get the Manticore up into here though. What have we got? 2 and a 3. That could be gold. 2 and 3 is like from what I've seen. Ooh. 22, 23. From what I've seen, gold can fall around the 2, 3, you know, real low numbers on the Manticore here. Let's have a look what we've got on this one. We will do that. We've got to get the Manticore out and the Nox and really test them out, see what they can do on the gold, and get a few gold test nuggets or whatever and see what numbers they come in at. And certain that big gold nuggets, you know, they're going to ring in a different number as opposed to the small ones. Getting hung up in the branches. See these bottles too? It's always so cool to find the old bottles broken. Well, so cool to find the bottles not broken though. It's so disheartening to see them broken. And I was saying there before, and I didn't finish my story, we went bottle hunting yesterday, and I had a great time. I hit on a couple of good bottle dumps, and more glass. I just want to get back there, like literally right now. I'd love to get back there and dig it out. But I'm thinking what we'll do is, we're going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to say to Andrew, when I get back to the car, you feel like a bottle hunt tomorrow, mate? We're going to go chase a few bottles. Oh, he's still in there. What are we doing? I can't really get under that tree properly. All right, let's have a look now. Not doing a great job of this, are you, Luke? All right, let's go. Right hand. Take my strong hand. Oh, there he goes. Pops him straight out of the hole. I don't know what these are. I found a few of them today. Don't know. Old cigarette tins? I don't think so. They've got that edging, that lining on them though. And this one's quite big. The other ones that I've found are, well, a lot smaller. Let's put those there and just set it off to the side before it breaks up into a bazillion pieces. We will put it in the pouch though. Let's just see if that's all our target gone. Get hold of the Manticore properly. Okay, so something else a little bit there. We'll come back to him because that's an awkward spot to work. Let's give you a look at this one. Could be the same thing once again. 44, 45, and it sounds like it's sitting on the surface. Let's go after him quickly and see if we can get him. Turn that pinpointer off accidentally. Right, another bit of lead. This one's oval. The last one was round. So I don't know what they were making these little bits of lead for and why they were making them in a certain shape. But just another well, not gold sovereign. So as I said, we are going to go bottle hunting tomorrow. I've decided we're going to take the pitchforks in there, and it's a real blackberry, thick, ferny, bushy area. What do I say? Wait till you see it. But there's some really magnificent old bottle dumps there that I've found, and I plucked a few bottles yesterday. An old kitchen fennel kitchen cleaner bottle, double embossed, so no paper label on one side. And the ones that come prior to that, I mean, this one was a brown one, amber brown, but the ones that come prior to that were the clear ones. Oh, getting jabbed in the eye. Oh, he's bigger than what I thought. And the clear ones, well, they're even more collectible, even harder to find. So who knows, we might get back tomorrow and find a few clear fennel KitchenAid cleaner bottles. We found a few castor oil bottles as well, broken of course. But we also did find a couple of little ink bottles, some old ones that were broken, pretty common stuff, you know, the necks break on the top of them. And from putting the quill in and out, they generally break, so they're always broken before they even get thrown out into the dump. But yeah, look, we also got a nice little ink bottle that wasn't broken, little Angus & Co ink bottle. We found a few old, other bottles, milk bottles, Holbrook sauces, different condiment bottles, but the main thing is it's got some great collectible bottles in there, which you generally don't often find. Some of these dumps are very commonplace, and they all have all the same thing: the screw tops, the tomato sauces, the white crows, all those similar sort of bottles. And well, they're not all that interesting. And once you get up a collection, you don't need any more. So we're going to get to that site tomorrow. As said, I've decided we're bottle hunting tomorrow. Stay tuned. Well, it's funny, you know, you try and set these things up, not set them up, but you try and capture everything you can on film that you think is going to be good, so you can show it. And everything you think is going to be rubbish, crap, you just cut that film if you do film it. Well, you don't even film it, like this one. I thought it was going to be crap. But look what we've got. Just plucked him out. I seen him like that too, sideways in the ground. And I'll tell you something in a second. And I'm not saying that's meant to be like that. I'll get to it in a second. But I pulled him out, and look what we've got. Chinese coin. Now these are really fascinating to find. I found quite a lot of Chinese coins over the last 8 years hunting. But they're so fascinating to find that there's two reasons for that. One being what we just seen. It was inserted sideways into the ground, and I'm not saying it's been like that for 100 odd years. It could have, moved around the ground, rolled down the hill here, have a bit of erosion taking place, what have you. But one thing about the sideways into the ground movement, or inserting them like that, that's exactly how the Chinese used to do it. So what they do is, where they were working, we just found all those bottles and stuck up in there, and maybe there's a miner or someone camped right here. And you can see down below we've got workings, and we've got a bit of tin stuck to the end of the pick. We've got workings though right down below us, and that would have been where this bloke was working, no doubt, and living just above. And if he was Chinese, which I didn't think there was Chinese here, but well, that tells a bit of a different story. Say he was Chinese, and presumably he was now. The Chinese used to, long story short, insert the coins into the ground sideways for good luck. So not far from their claims or their holes or the ground they were working at the time, a coin would get inserted sideways, and that is a sign. Remember, Chinese are very spiritual in what they believe, but the coin inserted sideways into the ground like that was a way for them to show good luck for their claim, I think it was, or proceed with good luck as they dug out, It was very superstitious. Just like the digging the round holes, so the spirits couldn't get trapped in the corners. So a lot of the Chinese holes around, and the miners, European holes, what have you, you'll find them be it square, be it rectangle, because they didn't really care. They just wanted the gold. So did the Chinese, but they were worried, superstitiously worried about spirits, what have you, getting stuck in the side of their holes. So they dug round holes, as I was saying. Funny though, it's a round Chinese coin with a square hole in the middle. There's spirits trapped in the side there, buddy. The Chinese coins, though, inserted into the ground sideways for good luck, one thing. And the second thing about the Chinese coins is the dynasty, or dynasty, however you want to say it. Tomato, either. But the dynasty, in some accounts, can last for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. I mean, some dynasties can go 400, 500, 600 years reigning, So what I'm trying to say is this coin, we'd have to work out the dynasty and the symbols there to work that out, but they can be really hard to work out sometimes too. But once you worked out these symbols and worked out what dynasty this coin was from, you could then date it, and you'd be amazingly surprised, trying to think what to say, pleasantly surprised, amazingly surprised. I remember the first one I found, and I got help by dating it. I was in the Bendigo Chinese Museum, and I had a lady there help me date a few of my Chinese coins for me, and they turned out to be well over 400 years old. So what I'm saying is this could be one of those coins that could be over 400 years old. Fascinating. So just, look, this little area, bringing the Manticore today. What a great day. No full intact bottles, only one piece of tiny fly poo gold, but Chinese coin, eat your heart out. How awesome. And 2 horseshoes. I must be really lucky today. Wonder what Andrew's got. Well, just like the gold, you never run away when you find something cool. Here we are sitting on the same stack. We've got a 48 on the next signal. Really big sounding signal. And I got that out. What is that? It's a bit of scrap. But picked that up out of the hole. Fair enough. Didn't pick that up out of the hole. Where'd he go? There he is. And I stuck the pinpointer back in. Where there's one, there could be more. Oh dear, that's another Chinese coin. I was talking to a bloke over the other side of the hill there a few months back too, Dave, if you're watching. Dave said he hit up an area, real trashy, once again, with the detector, gold detector. Come back with, I think he said he used a coin relic machine, like a Xterra or something. And he come back and he found 30 odd Chinese coins around this, what he suspected, or I suspected to be an old pub site. But then when he told me about the Chinese coins, I thought, oh, okay, and maybe it was a Chinese market garden supplying the miners with fresh produce, fresh food. But I couldn't imagine, where do you grow a garden out here? The mineralised ground, tough soil, I don't know. Oh, he's got a hole in him too. That's even better. So he may have been worn as a pendant necklace, this one. Once again, creating that personal touch to this item. Like we said there before with that spoon. Gives it that personal feeling. It's like when you find a medallion over a coin, you know, I prefer a medallion over a coin any day, because a medallion's been worn around someone's neck and it's commemorating a certain event or certain time in history. Fascinating. Hole in the top, square hole, round coin. Oh dear, this one's cool. It's probably cooler than the last one. And I swear I've still got the other one in my pocket. That's not a setup right there. So 2 Chinese coins. First one here, inserted sideways, maybe. Second one right here. I'm going to stand up, obviously, and have another look. Yes, that's too big a signal. That's it right there. It's a bit of rusty stuff. But yeah, we'll just stand up and have another look. And that one there with a hole in it, well, maybe Andrew will want him. Maybe he'll be able to wear it around his neck. Give him a bit of good luck. Let's keep going. Well, just literally standing up with the Manticore and swung it off the ground, hearing a few signals, and this is my first proper swing left and right. 48.50. What did I say before? Gold sovereign. Full sovereign is a 50. We couldn't be that lucky. Imagine that, we didn't find gold today in the form of gold. We get gold in a form of a sovereign. I don't think that's going to happen. No, there it is there. Just these little bits of lead. I think that's what they are. We had those other bits here too. They're just funny shaped bits of lead. And I'm certain that's our target. Yeah, that's him. Alright, keep picking up the lead. Let's see if we can find a few more Chinese coins in between. Whoops. Come here. Oh, I gotta stop doing it. Filming without, well, not filming. I'm gonna start showing you guys what I'm hearing before I dig it. That's what I meant to say. 48.49. Coffee Bush Kid. You'll be very happy with this one. Shout out to CBK there. We got a button. Little tailor's button. Don't think he's going to have any writing on him. Or it could be wrong. I could be wrong. We're away from where we just... Oh, he does too. We're away from where we just were too. Like 6,000 sitting there. He's in camera angle now. 6,000 sitting there, and before we were sort of up over that way. But coming over here, we seem to have the same amount of targets humming around. It's really cool. And I can't make out what that the tailor's name is. I'll zoom in there, see if you guys can get a better look. RD something, and then SW maybe at the end. It's hard to hold him in the right light too. Once we get a bit of water. Once we get a bit of water on that, we're going to be able to see exactly. I don't know why I'm mixing all my words today. So excited I am. Sweeney X something. I don't know. I can't see. But yeah, 48 for that one. And we're just humming around this this pile of slate tiles here. 2 Chinese coins and a button. No tobacco pipe, no bottles intact. A pretty cool little run though. And a fake gold nugget. As I said, I can't wait to catch up with Andrew and see what he's doing. And we're nearly there. 1:44. Oh, we are nearly there. We've got to get back to the car around 2 o'clock. And we've got a little walk in front of us. So we better wrap up what we're doing here and get back and see Andrew. How you going, old fella? Oh, I don't feel young. No, I was huffing and puffing. My knees are sore. It's not what I need.
Too much
Too much prying.
Yeah, too much prying.
I think too much mechanicking over the years.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I was just thinking before.
You're on video.
Yeah. You're on video.
Oh, I'm on video. Oh, hello.
What do we got?
I got.
I'll turn this camera around first.
I've dropped one. I got
What do we got?
10 bits of shit
10 bits of shit.
and 4 bits of gold.
4.
4. Well, 3.
Well,
One fell out of the other one, so it's 4.
okay. Decent size.
Yeah, sort of.
You might need it to beat me today, mate.
I can't tip it out, mate. They're that small.
Oh, they're that tiny.
No, they're not.
Oh, one's a
Decent sized piece.
cracker.
To the rubbish, that's the rubbish.
Yep, unreal. Where you said you were going to go this morning?
Yeah,
Yep, well done.
I was doing well
That's amazing.
till after lunch.
Yeah.
Then I started getting all the lead and I gone, this is buggering up my odds.
Yeah, right. Well, I tell you what, that's a bloody good effort.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you've bet me though.
Oh, you've done a... Yeah. Oh, right.
Hold your hand out. Your other hand.
That it?
It's a sad bottle today, Andrew. Look, even Andrew's face is sad. What? Don't you like my sad face?
Is that all you got, really?
That's all I got.
You must have stones in your pocket.
No. I got some stuff in my pocket. Let me show you. Close your eyes.
Just put it in there. Oh, yeah, right. Chinese coins.
This one's for you. He's got a hole in him, so you can wear him around your neck. And that's your new pendant, mate. That's your good luck charm.
Oh, and coin.
So, and a button. And I'm probably not going to be able to get him
You
out.
still got your gold nugget sitting in there.
Oh, don't worry about it. Just throw it away. And
Was it the cactus? Had the cactus?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good luck.
And what does the second one do? Cancel the first one out? That's what I thought.
You've
And
had a good day.
I've had a fun day. I don't know about a very productive day. 2 Chinese coins are pretty cool. Button's pretty cool. He's got a tailor's name on the back too.
Yeah, right.
We've got some bit of gold. So we got gold coin and relics today, Andrew.
Yeah, well, you've done me on relics. The best I could do for a relic was a bit of chrome that's on the quarter windows of the old cars.
Oh,
Push the button and you turn the little lever.
the miners must have drove out here and dropped it.
Yeah. No, somebody's rubbish, I think.
Yeah, my miner drove over with his horse over to where I was, and your miner drove a car.
Yeah, you have a car. He's a bit richer on this
He's
side.
a bit richer on this side. He can afford a vehicle. So all I really want is that, and I'll put that back in the bottle, and everything else, well, I'll grab off you. We're going to go home, and actually, no, we don't. I've got the scales here. So we can do the way up here, and we'll have a look at how much gold Andrew's got. He's on the fire. No, he's on fire.
Well,
He's not on the fire.
I had it all before.
Then you'd be on fire.
Yeah.
All right, guys, scales are out on the table. Andrew's into the cigarette. He's itching to see what he's got. He's nervous, he is. He's got the rattles, got the shakes. What have we done to him? You have, haven't you? These are the good scales too, so we shouldn't get a funny reading. Yeah, look at that.
Spot on.
Spot on.
Let's see what it does weigh.
Yeah, 0.18. Oh, I said 0.20, 0.18.
Yeah,
there you go.
pretty
Andrew was saying 0.30. I said, you don't have that much weight, mate.
Yeah.
He's a little bit thinned out than that.
Yeah, it's been a Jenny Craig.
Jenny Craig gold nugget, 0.23.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Awesome.
Nice. That was the first piece.
Yeah, that is really.
Yeah, 10:30 I had that one out.
Geez, that would have spurred you along for the rest of the day. You would have been like, ooh, you're in trouble, Luke.
Made me hum a lot harder.
That one's on, but he's off, but he's still on.
Oh, yeah.
We'll fix him up. Oh, no, it's lost. You've only got 2 nuggets now, Andrew.
That's all right.
And the tiny little speck.
I wouldn't even bother with that. Just put that one back in the bottle.
I can't even pick it up. Yes, I can. Twink. Oh, 0.70. It brought it to. No, not really.
3.6.
0.36.
That's all right.
That's not bad. Or 0.38 thereabouts. He's jumping around that little bit, but not too bad. 0.38, Andrew.
Yeah, very good for the day.
Well done. And look, for shits and giggles, let's throw mine on. He probably won't even register. This is all I'll just say too. I had a week off sick, and then I had a week off on holidays, sort of thing, or with the family. So what are we today? The 10th, 11th, 10th today.
Yeah, I think it's 10.
And 10 days into June, and this is the only bit of gold I've got. This is the first bit of gold I've got.
Happened to me.
Last month we did. Oh, look at 0.04. No, now nothing.
Yeah, no one's home. Oh, yeah, right.
Oh, I was hoping to get 007 like you do. I'm no 007, I'm just a 004 and 2 Chinese coins. So, yeah, look, that's the first bit of gold for June. And I'm not phased, as you can hear in my voice. I really did want that 10-gram nugget today to pay for my new back wheels on the Commodore, but I'm not phased. We've got 2 Chinese coins. We've got a great little gold nugget. We've got a little lead thing, and we've got a little Taylor's button. So, look, great day. That's lead.
I thought it was a coin.
I thought it was a coin too. I thought it was a threepence, and even look very carefully for writing or anything like that. But yeah, look, it's lead. Look at this.
Oh yeah, right.
Dot dong. Not unless I make
bloody miners back in the day.
Yeah. He would have took this into the pub. He would have been like, "Yeah, here's a threepence, mate. Give me a few beers, or put it on the tab, or whatever. Put it on the thrip." And then the publican would have took it and went, "Oh, this is a worn down thrip," into the till, and then he would have counted his money later and went, "Oh, I've been ripped. That bloody miner. Next time I'm going to spike the drinks," which is what he did anyway. So anyway, that's cool. Great day. 2 horseshoes on the ground. Bit of fun of finding the Chinese coins. We didn't even know we were going to get them. And we cleaned up that area a little bit with a Manticore. And next time we get back, we can run the 6000 and give it another go. So my plan has worked perfectly, Andrew.
Yeah, not perfectly. You needed more nuggets.
Excuse me?
You needed more nuggets, mate, to pay for your tyres.
Oh, I don't know.
Coins won't pay for them.
The bottle looking happy to me.
Happy now.
Happy bottle, happy miners. Catch you on the next, guys.